hard to decipher Mac Jones's numbers over the last two games because the Patriots rookie has been really accurate. 19 of 23 in the blowout win against the Browns. 22 of 26 in a shutout over the Falcons last night. He threw for 198 against Cleveland and 207 against Atlanta. But this is what Bill Belichick wants. He seems perfectly happy to have a conservative passing attack, really good running game, and a stout defense. And last night, that D was the star, shutting out Matt Ryan and the Falcons. Jones had one pick when he tried to push the ball downfield, tried to force it in there. And really, that's the knock on him. The big knock was his arm strength coming out of Alabama. But the Patriots are going to need him to throw the ball deep more often later in the season. But they're winning. They're 7-4, and they're in a really good position for a playoff spot. And if they get there, we've seen Bill Belichick, with this style, win a Super Bowl. But if that's the first time you watch Mac Jones, you probably went, what's the big deal here? Not much going on. But this is what Bill Belichick wants. Not much going on. Move the chains. Even his touchdown pass, routine, simple. Blown coverage by the Falcons. But you're watching him, and he's getting praise because he is taking care of the football. This used to be the role of a quarterback. A lot of quarterbacks back in the 60s and 70s, certainly in the 70s. I've mentioned Bart Starr and Bob Greasy weren't prolific passers. They managed a game. They went into the Hall of Fame because they managed games. And sometimes this is what you have. I maintain Alex Smith did that for most of his career, certainly in Kansas City. You maintain, you manage a game. And Mac Jones is doing that. Justin Fields has more talent. Okay. Is he going to be better than Mac Jones? He's not in a better situation. And that's what a lot of this comes down to. If I put Mac Jones in Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence in New England, are we having a different conversation? Yeah. If I put Mac Jones with the Jets, Zach Wilson with the Patriots, are we having a different conversation? Yeah, we are. But a lot of this has to do with, if you're successful early, it has to do with your situation. Dak Prescott went to the Cowboys. They went all in on their offense. I don't hear anybody saying, if Dak played for Jacksonville, exactly, he'd be okay. Patrick Mahomes went in and he took over a playoff team. He's got a Hall of Fame coach. He's got probably a couple of Hall of Fame players there, the skilled position. But nobody talks about that. If Patrick Mahomes was in Jacksonville, we go, man, that guy, pretty incredible, athletic, crazy throws. They wouldn't be winning any more than what they are probably. It's being in the right place, right time, right system. That's where you look at success. There are a lot of quarterbacks who had a lot of talent, but they got buried because they went to bad situations. That's the reason why you got the opportunity to draft the quarterback, because you were a bad team, bad franchise. Interchangeable coaches, offensive coordinators change. You don't invest in the offensive line. You don't have weapons. I mean, look, Tom Brady goes to New England. He takes over a team that's a playoff team. He takes over for Drew Bledsoe, wins his first Super Bowl. Got the greatest coach of all time. Interchangeable parts. Two things stayed the same, quarterback and the coach. So much of this is, who do you have as your coach? What's the system? What's the offensive philosophy? I don't know if Justin Fields is better than Mac Jones. If they did something novel like block for him, then maybe we'd be able to find that out. Is Mac Jones the best quarterback right now? Yes. But if I said they were stocks, you're going to buy a stock.
Oh.
Are you buying Mac Jones, Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Trey Lance? Because those stock prices are probably going to be different. But are you going to invest in Mac Jones and say he's going to be a great quarterback? Good quarterback? Serviceable quarterback? Is Trevor Lawrence going to be is somebody going to be a Hall of Famer out of this group? Right? Trevor Lawrence is supposed to be a Hall of Famer. He's a generational quarterback. He's the next version of Andrew Luck here. Is Trey Lance? What if the Niners had taken Mac Jones? Would Mac Jones be even playing? What if the Saints had drafted Patrick Mahomes when they were looking to draft Patrick Mahomes and took Marshawn Lattimore? He would have been sitting behind Drew Brees for far longer than he did with Alex Smith. Maybe they move on a year early. So it's crazy when we look at this and go, that quarterback. Well, there's a whole lot more than that quarterback. Mac Jones didn't win the game last night, and it really shouldn't be a topic today. It should be the Falcons are terrible, embarrassing. And you start to wonder, if I'm Matt Ryan, do I want to continue to play? He's running for his life, and he can't run. Patriots got a good philosophy here. But it's a philosophy we've seen. Run the football, make some good plays, throw the ball, play defense, try not to make mistakes. Wow. Real shocker there what the Patriots are trying to do. This is what they do. Now, you did have a couple of seasons where, you had Brady and Randy Moss, and Belichick smart enough to understand, let's take advantage of this. And they did. But his blueprint is run the ball, don't make mistakes. No, run the ball, don't make mistakes, play good defense. And then get to the postseason. That's it. Yeah, Paulie.
I think what's most fascinating with the Patriots is guys they let go and guys that come back. Like Kyle Van Noy might be going to the Pro Bowl this year. If you hadn't seen Kyle Van Noy play in a couple years since he went down to Miami, you think, oh, Kyle Van Noy he's a Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
That kid Kyle Duggar they took out of Lenore-Rhyne. I think that's a Division II school.
I thought they drafted Lenore-Rhyne.
Right.
When I saw it, and I go, oh, wait, they drafted somebody out of Lenore-Rhyne. And he's playing well.
Yeah, and then, Ramondre Stevenson, all these running backs that they never pay and they just churn out.
Yes, McLovin.
Is it possible we are perpetually underrating Mac Jones because he looks like a dork? His name's Mac. He was a 3-star recruit. We said the same thing in Alabama. Oh, he's just taking advantage of all the situation around him. And now we're saying it in New England. Maybe he has this quality that it's hard to appreciate what he's doing.
Okay, but we've been down this road with A.J. McCarron before.
Yeah.
And it didn't work out.
Greg McElroy didn't do anything in the pros.
No. I thought that Dan Orlovsky made a great point about Mac Jones when he joined us a couple of days ago. He said, look, this guy was against the number one defense in America every single practice. He's on the scout team. So these are real practices where Saban is probably saying, hey, let's go, let's shut down this offense. And Mac Jones is there. How could you – there's no better way to prepare for going into the NFL. If you're not going to be a 2-year starter, 3-year starter, you go against that Alabama defense every single day. You can't get away with things with them. And I think it really has helped the transition here that I don't think he looks at the game. Remember Justin Fields' his first game? Man, game is a little slower than what I thought. And I'm like, ooh, don't say that. Don't say that. Way too early. Mac Jones could probably say that and get away with it because he's going against that Alabama defense every single day. Now, was the throw a bad throw? Yeah, it was. But that's where he'll know his limitations. He'll learn his limitations with Belichick. But last night, there was nothing really to see there other than Atlanta is embarrassing.